Hello and welcome back to another Warcraft video. So it's been a while since I've actually looked at anything in game, and today we are going to be checking out the event that's going to be the precursor to Warlords of Draenor. This will come in a patch that is roughly a month before the release date of the expansion, so let's just say the 13th of October is probably going to be when this event comes. Now there's actually two things that are going on here. First of all, there is a quest line that takes place in the Blasted Lands, and secondly, there are it's a bit weird actually. One of the Warlords of Draenor dungeons is being put into the game early. Now it does make sense because the dungeon itself is Upper Blackrock Spire, which is pretty cool. So you'll be heading back into the Blackrock Mountain. Now, in terms of lore stuff, I'm not going to say anything more than what Blizzard said on their official post, but basically a bunch of early forces stormed through this area and they sort of set up shop in Blackrock Mountain. They're planning on doing some nasty hijinks. Now, I've heard a bit of mixed information. I've heard a lot of community people talk about the full instance being put in for level 90. However, the official Blizzard post only talks about the first 3 bosses, so I'm not 100% sure exactly how it will be implemented. Anyway, if you want to have a look at that, there is a video on the channel covering it, so I'll just throw an annotation in or something like that. Okay, so first of all, here's Bodrick Grey. He's a character that you'll actually interact with quite a bit in Warlords of Draenor. Interesting, so his mission disappeared whenever this guy tried to pick it up. Right, and here's Vindicator Murad, one of the main Alliance characters. So, for this initial quest, what we have to do is fend off these grunts, and then we also have to destroy their demolishers. Now, these events actually, well, I'd imagine anyway, happen relatively soon after the cinematic for Warlords of Draenor. The cinematic ended with the Iron Horde forces advancing towards the Dark Portal, which was still in construction, so I guess it makes sense that this is a few days or a few months or whatever after, and the Dark Portal has finally been constructed and linked back to Azeroth by Kairos Dormu. I believe he's the guy who did it. That's not speaking on beta experience, by the way. I haven't actually met that character yet. Anyway, so this initial quest it's certainly, just your average quest. And in fact, I have done these before, and they really are just your average quests. I think what they do a decent job of, though, is setting a bit of the mood of what's going on. You do start off on this beachfront with the Iron Horde throwing cannons at you and lots of their soldiers sort of going in for battle, and the actual NPCs that you fight look really cool as well. I love the Iron Horde aesthetic. It's actually one of my favorite aesthetics. I do prefer it to the Kor'kron stuff, and it does feel significantly different from the 5.4 stuff that went on with Garrosh. So yeah, there's that. Now, one thing you'll notice in this video is that I'm doing insane damage despite the fact I'm only level 91. Basically, anything that is old world has not been properly affected by the number squish yet. That's why I'm doing an insane amount of damage. Hell, when I was back here, my level 100 character, I was actually, I was doing single shots that hit for 1,000,000 damage. It was really weird. So don't take any of the numbers as anything meaningful in this video. Now, one thing you will notice is I've got 82,000 health. Now, this character had about 560... No, actually, this character had like 660k health on live. I am level 563, according to the copy. So that's what you're looking like in terms of your health being squished. However, health is actually being squished proportionately more than damage is. Sorry, other way around. Damage is being squished more proportionately than health. Basically, they brought everything to kind of Wrath-ish / early Cataclysm levels, but then they doubled your health so they could remove a whole bunch of things like PvP, like resilience and things like that. Anyway, let's get back on topic. So, one of the quests was to meet Khadgar up here. Here's Khadgar, and there's a bit of a sneak preview of the new human model. I don't know if that's the final version or anything like that. The one thing is that, I feel like he should be a bit more grizzly. It looks too soft in a way. Anyway, let's click on this. Oh no, the Dark Portal's here. It hasn't turned red for some reason. Some, early versions of this little zone event thingy-majig did have a red Dark Portal, but for some reason the current beta builds one is green. I guess that's the thing. And you can see, of course, the Iron Horde forces are pouring through the Dark Portal, which is not very bloody nice of them, if I'm honest. I wouldn't prefer, I prefer they didn't do that. Trying to kill us all, but whatever. We'll deal with it. Now, one thing I should probably show you while I'm here, and while I have a gun, is the new noise that guns make. Sorry for that beeping noise you may have heard there. That was TweetDeck, which I have now closed. Okay, so I think you may have heard that. I'll try to be quiet for the next shot. Actually, you know what? I'll just sort of blast up my sound volume here. And there you go. It's a bit more of a sort of dull thud kind of noise. I think it's quite nice though. So certainly well done, Blizz. Anyway, let's kill some of these scouts. Now, whenever this zone is heavily populated, this is an extremely problematic line of quests. Especially the scouts. They were a major bottleneck, and just finding spawns of them was very hard. However, it's pretty quiet at the minute, so that's not really an issue. Blizzard are certainly going to have to really do a lot of work with their dynamic spawning thingy that scales up based on the number of people for this to actually be playable on the live servers. Okay then, so our quests are done. Let's head back to Murad and the other people here. See what he has to say. So, he's just talking about killing the scouts. Lovely stuff. Let's go back to Bodrick. Oh yes, this quest as well, which I should have got and did alongside with the executioners. Wow, cannot even speak. No, I should have done this quest along with killing these scouts. But yeah, we need to just kill off some executioners. One thing about this is that Netherstorm and this place, Okrilon, I think, have been kind of destroyed. I don't know the extent to which Okrilon, or whatever it's called, has been destroyed, but I know Nethergard has basically been sacked. So, there you go. Major alliance kind of settlement place, sort of taken out by the Iron Horde. Which is fair enough, they are supposed to be dangerous after all. That poor old Redstone Basilisk didn't even know what was coming. But you can see there, this guy's level 56, and I did like 250k damage to him. Yet, against these level 90 mobs, I don't do as much damage, so it's all just a bit weird at the minute. Okay, so it looks like we're waiting on spawns here. A little bit unfortunate. Wait, no, there's one. I will give you a tour of one or two things after this. Oh wow, they thought they could stop me. They couldn't stop me. Ah, right. You know, my overall impression of this is not particularly positive. Looking at things through the lens of someone who remembers things like, say, the Wrath of the Lich King intro. If you don't know, by the way, there is basically a zombie invasion. You can infect other players and turn them into zombies, and like these plague floaty majigs appeared outside cities, and it really did feel like a massive event. This is just a questline, ultimately, and it's an okay enough questline, but it's not particularly cool. It doesn't really blow me away, I'll say that much. And I do find that to be a little bit disappointing, honestly. I would have loved the Iron Horde invasion to literally be us fending off Iron Horde, like, scouting parties or something from, you know, from Stormwind, or just doing things that are a bit more dynamic instead of just a quest. I'd love it if maybe a Iron Horde, actually, I know. Imagine if, say, they, lore-wise, sent a big Gron through that they'd subjugated and strapped some cannons onto. Well, do you know what? I think fighting a big strap-on Gron would be extremely fun, with him firing his cannons at you and having to assemble raid teams to go out and you know, take it down. I think things like that would be far more memorable than what this is. And, you know, I'm not trying to diss this or anything like that. You know, I'm just saying what I see, really, and I don't think it's particularly mind-blowingly cool. And, you know, a lot of the other beta testers have maybe said similar things. I know Preach put out a video a while ago on this, and I don't know if it was the same version as this, but certainly he was not too keen on the idea of it, and I have to say that I do agree with everything he said in that video. So there you go, we've got Gar's battle plan. That guy doesn't really have much in the way of mechanics, but don't worry, for any of the other, there's like one or two little mini-boss mobs. Still a single, you know, player thing to kill, but I'll let them attack me for a bit just to see their mechanics. Though, as always, even when they do give a mob mechanics, they just don't seem to matter. At least it's like that for most of the things in Draenor, so if there's a mob that's going to fire some AoE thingies at you, generally the AoE doesn't hurt too much. But what I will say is there are a few instances in which the mob's AoE will hurt quite a lot. So here's an example of this guy. Let's see what Splatter Shot does. Yeah, I'm guessing that's the thing. He'll just point in a direction and... yeah, so there you go. He's doing a few mechanics. One thing I will say is that in Warlords of Draenor, there's definitely quite a few, you know, more mechanics in things. In terms of just these, like, little mini-bosses that you have to do in quests. My problem right now is the mechanics don't particularly matter too much, but they are there, and if Blizzard balance it right, they are pretty cool. Okay, so again, we just need to travel through here, pick up a few items. There's nothing particularly special going on here. It really just is make your way through Nethergard, stash Ogre Lawn, click in the banners, pick up the things, kill 1 or 2 NPCs, and that's about it. And what's, I suppose, rather surprising is we're nearly done. Actually, this is very much us nearly being finished. We've got 1 or 2 more little quest chain thingies to do, and then that's it, in fact. You just get a quest at the end where Murad's like, oh, nice, well, we won the battle, but not the war. See you in a month for the expansion, hurrah! Yeah, bit strange. Now, I have noticed that quite a few Iron Horde rare mobs have been spawned. I mean rare mobs as in the things that, you know, give you a little icon on your map. So they are there. Perhaps they'll be interesting. Oh, look at that, she's dead. Wow, one of the Thunder Brews. I recognize that name from the old quests. Yeah, so they're killing people who, I suppose, were NPCs in the old world. Oh, wait, stop attacking. Everything stop attacking. What's she going to do? Not that much, it would seem. Yeah, let's just kill her. Get the battle plans. And there you go, that's that little line of quests done. Just looking at the rest, though, or the rest of this zone, it is pretty cool. Like, I think that's a new skybox that they put in with... Or at least I think that's new. I don't remember it being... I remember it being like this, but not like that. So perhaps that's a new skybox, or at least they've done something. The zone certainly does feel quite war-torn. And it's cool seeing, you know, all these elite marines and the Alliance and Horde fleet that's chilling out at the beach. All that stuff's really cool. I just wish there was more meat to it than, well, just a quest. I don't think this is going to keep people entertained for too long at all. You know, okay, it'll take them a little bit longer to do these quests than what I'm doing now because of the way that the damage scaling is working. So it'll just take longer to kill some mobs, but other than that, it's really going to be, well, it's pretty quick. You'll do it in one character and then you'll be done, I suppose. Now, one thing that I suppose is going to add a little bit more tail to this whole thing is that the Upper Blackrock Spire will have some rewards inside it that Blizzard said will help you in Draenor. So I'm guessing maybe it's just some nice gear or something like that, or maybe a vanity item, which is totally cool. So it's fair enough that they're doing that. One other thing as well that I want to say is, in terms of them bringing back or bringing the Upper Blackrock Spire here, as cool as it is, I just feel I need to say that it is a tad lazy. It would be like the Mists of Pandaria thing being a bit of a quest line and then them giving us, say, the Jade Temple dungeon early. You know, it's not a bit of new content, they're just bringing something down. So, make of that what you will, I guess. One thing I will say, though, is this is better than, in my opinion anyway, than the Mists of Pandaria thing. In Pandaria, they just gave us one short scenario, and that was about it. At least there's going to be more content here, there'll be more for you to do. You just kind of did that scenario, then you were done. Whereas here, you will have a dungeon to run through, and, well, maybe you'll watch the Upper Blackrock Spire video after this one if you haven't seen it already. But what I will say is that the Upper Blackrock Spire is a very, very good dungeon. In fact, the 8 Warlords of Draenor dungeons are all very good. So, yeah, there you go. Alright, so we dealt with those ogre guys. Interestingly enough, they were the old ogre models, so I wonder if the new ones will be sort of ported in there at some point. Anyway, that's all that stuff done. Let's talk to Murad again, and now we need to kill Garmak the Blade Twist. And that's it! I think Garmak's the final boss. So, there you go. Yep, so here's Ogre-Lawn, which is the place owned by Vol'jin. It doesn't look as damaged as the Alliance place. Wait. Okay, yeah, it doesn't look as damaged as as Netherstorm Keep for some reason. I think it's just because of the kind of really rigid structure of it in a way. I think they probably already have models for those ruined Alliance buildings, whereas this is a far more complicated matter than that. Though I've got to say though, these big Horde buildings are really cool. I've always thought they were nice. Okay, so we'll just need to wait for poor old Garmak to spawn. He's got a nice sword, I guess. I think that's a TBC one, actually. Yeah. Oh, no, that's just a grunt. Well, we can deal with them pretty easily. Wow, these Garmaks have had a really bad day today. Ah, dear. So, yeah, on the whole, a little bit disappointing. Not ultra terrible or anything like that. It'll certainly do the job. And on the bright side, there is going to be a bit more meat to it in that you can do this dungeon. However, well, when you get to level 100, one of those dungeons is going to be something that you've probably already done. So, a bit strange, but whatever. Still, I think they certainly could have done better. And any disappointment I have mainly does surround the fact that I do think they could have done better. However, I can absolutely understand Blizzard's perspective. Oh, here's Murad actually coming in to help us out. So we'll see if Garmak here actually does anything, or if Murad will just, well, kill him. So he's doing a Blade Storm. So, yeah, there you go. It's most definitely a Blade Storm. Is he going to do anything else? He must be from the Burning Blade clan. The Burning Blade clan generally use more, well, you know, weapons of that style than anything else. He doesn't appear to be doing anything else in terms of mechanics, so, yeah. He's dead now. Oh, wait a second. Because Murad killed him, I actually didn't get credit. Instead of waiting, I'll just cut to when we do kill him. Alright then. Garmak is dead. I've already killed him. You see Murad? Murad's a total dick. I mean, come on. Kill stealing is not cool. I think this has been established. So, yes, we're going to report Murad. But, well, you know, we'll report Murad after we've dealt with the Iron Horde invasion. Oh, jeez. Okay, so, all these guys are dead. Let's go and finish the world event. Haha. Wow. Yeah, alright, so here we go. Garmak Blade Twist. Good man yourself. Yeah, he didn't really put up too much of a fight. A little bit unfortunate that he didn't have much more in the way of mechanics. I did like the way that was it the engineer person? Had the things that he threw out, or maybe it was she, I'm not sure, but, you know, those bombs and things like that. That's fun. Garmak less so. Anyway, so here's Murad. He said it was an honor fighting alongside me. Bloody right. Fabulous. So there we go. Well, that was my 3000th quest in this character. Huh. Okay. We have slowed the Iron Horde down, but the war is far from over. I'll stay and continue our efforts to hold back the Iron Horde. The king needs to know what we've accomplished here today and the threat that we face in the future. It's probably best if you report to the king yourself. Okay, well, I'm not going to report to Varian immediately. Because I've actually reported to him before, and all that happens is you hand in a breadcrumb quest and you get nothing back. So that really is about it. I will show you briefly how you'll enter Draenor, most likely, though. So, yeah, there's that place. Here's a rare mob. Now, these rare mobs don't have any loot tables currently. Where is she? Yeah, there we go. So we'll just kill these gun driver people. Is she going to attack me? Oh, I got attacked by something. Maybe... Oh, yeah, it was these buddy guys. Or friends. Well, they're dead. So yeah, she's doing some mechanics there, you know, her hymn of fire. So that'll be fun, having to deal with these guys. But, as I said, no loot tables, so I think we'll just leave that stuff for everyone to discover when this is actually completely finished and polished. Obviously, this is still beta content, but I would imagine that this is how the quest is going to pan out, because that would just make sense. Oh, by the way, yes, here's Warlord Zayla. She's actually the end boss of Upper Blackrock Spire. I won't talk about her fate or anything. All I'm just going to say is you do fight her there. I think the whole story is they've got like some super weapon that they're going to point at. Stormwind, which would be bad. And here's Iron March Commander Tharbek. He's actually the third boss that you find in Upper Blackrock Spire. He's got some pretty cool armor as well. Now, if we try to go through there, nothing really happens. I believe so anyway. Yeah, that guy just went through to the other side, didn't he? Oh yeah, there he is. But the iron portal, no, the dark portal has turned red, interestingly enough. So there you go. This is basically it, guys. This is what we're looking at. So I'm going to go back to Varian and show you what the crack is there. Let's just use my Hearthstone. Oh, really, you guys? Really? Ugh. I'm an idiot. Why did I have to stop there? Oh, man. Right, I actually do have to kill him. Also, these guys are elites with 100k health, which is quite a lot. That's a decent amount when it comes to how things are going to be in Warlords of Draenor. I mean, level 91 mobs have maybe got 30k health in Shadowmoon Valley. Alright then, so we're back at Stormwind. Now, currently the way things work with you going to Draenor is there's this here called the Dark Portal, and you run off to do things there. Pretty cool. Now, the way it actually works on the beta is that you just talk to Khadgar here, and you give him the word, and he just teleports you in. So I'd imagine there'll be some sort of cool RP stuff going on there to really kick off the expansion. Anyway, let's head into Stormwind Keep, talk to Varian, and see what he has to say. I'd imagine that these events take place basically right after the Lords of War mini-series that Blizzard have debuted on their YouTube page, I suppose. Actually, Lords of War is really cool. I totally recommend watching it. Alright, so we're in Stormwind Keep. Let's jump back here. Hello, Varian. Very big crown. Not crown, seat. Not very practical either. Also, why does your seat have what looks like a stained glass window on it? Anyway, what's he got to say? The Iron Horde is proving to be a massive threat on our people, to our people. I don't want any more bloodshed, but I fear we are out of options. We need a plan before we strike. And we're done. We can always go to Red Ridge if you want. So that's about it, guys. That is a look at the event for Warlords of Draenor. I'm a little bit underwhelmed, I'm not going to lie, but at least there's going to be some fun content to do in Upper Blackrock Spire, because it is a really, really awesome instance, and you can check out my video on that on the channel. Anyway, that is it for me. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.